Okay, hey, happy Saturday. I just wanted to touch base with you guys. I haven't recorded a video in a while. I just did the muscular dystrophy Palm Beach muscle walk. That was very successful. We've raised over $45,000, which goes to serve local communities. And it provides things like research and summer camp for kids from 6 to 17 years old. The other thing I wanted to touch base on, and if anybody's watching that doesn't know enough about muscular dystrophy, let me educate you a little bit. There are, in fact, 52 neuromuscular diseases. There are 9 major muscular dystrophies and 43 neuromuscular diseases. The different types of muscular dystrophy that fall under these guidelines are Duchenne. Duchenne is one of the most prevalent, along with ALS and SMA. So I'm going to educate you a little bit about Duchenne. Duchenne is one of those diseases. It's a childhood disease. It affects mostly boys. They say 1 in 3,500 births or thereabouts. There are about 54 kids a day that are diagnosed with Duchenne muscular dystrophy. It does affect girls, in case you didn't know. Duchenne does affect girls. I think it's 1 in 50,000 births, or maybe 1 in... It's rare in girls, but girls do get it, just so you know. What's important to note is that muscular dystrophy is more than 2 words. You hear the words muscular dystrophy thrown around a lot, and people tend to think that muscular dystrophy is just that, one disease. It incorporates a whole bunch of diseases. So now with ALS, one little interesting tidbit is, and I just recently talked to somebody whose brother was diagnosed with ALS, 60% of people diagnosed with ALS are veterans, veterans of the armed services. I don't know why that is, but I know that that's the statistic on it. They're twice as likely to, a service member is twice as likely to be diagnosed with ALS than, I guess, the regular norm of person that it has not been in the armed services. Although I do know many people that have been diagnosed with ALS that have not been in the armed services. So, you know, maybe that's just a statistic that is, I don't know, everybody's different. So, but also what you have to understand is everybody within the same diseases, everybody's different. There is no textbook as to how these diseases are going to go. Even though Duchenne is one of the most prevalent, my own son has Duchenne muscular dystrophy. He's turning 25 this year. There are other children, younger. David's not a child anymore. He's a grown adult. But there are kids that are way younger than him that have lost their lives to Duchenne. So Duchenne is a devastating disease. It takes away all the abilities that a kid has. It starts at a very young age and it progresses from there. Progression is different in each and every person, just like cancer, just like, let's see, cystic fibrosis, whatever. It's different in everybody. Some people can live into their 40s, some will not. The other muscular dystrophy or neuromuscular disease, as I'm told, is spinal muscular atrophy. Spinal muscular atrophy affects boys and girls. It depends. There are 4 types of SMA. There's SMA 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it just depends on which one someone is unlucky enough to have. Unfortunately, all these diseases, the SMA, the ALS, and the Duchenne muscular dystrophy, those are the most prevalent. There are others in combination. I have some of my friends whose children have not been diagnosed correctly because they're a little bit of this, they're a little bit of that, and they're a little bit of everything. They have a little bit of SMA, they have a little bit of Duchenne, they have a little bit of limb-girdle, and that's really rough to try and get an accurate diagnosis. You know that it's a muscular and neuromuscular disease, but you don't have an accurate diagnosis because it's just that difficult, I guess, to get an accurate diagnosis. There are one of a couple of ways in which they do diagnose Duchenne specifically. They can diagnose Duchenne on a blood test. They can also do a muscle biopsy. And I think that's pretty much it. You go to a geneticist and you get, you can get a blood test drawn. You can draw it at your regular doctor's office and they can test for it. These diseases are all devastating in their own way. There are new drugs that have come forth. As I mentioned before, we were doing the Palm Beach walk for muscular dystrophy, and the reason why we do that is to raise money for funds, for research, to hopefully one day, which it's coming to fruition now, we have a couple of drugs out on the market. They are highly expensive because they categorize these diseases as rare. Their price usually goes up, which makes it hard on the family. So if you see any family out there that's fundraising and stuff, that 9 times out of 10, they're fundraising either for medical equipment or they're fundraising to help pay for medical bills and medical expenses, which can be quite costly. There is Emflaza, which is like basically a deflazacort. That's basically what it is. They just changed the name so they could charge more. That's pretty much the way I see it. And this is my, YouTube channel, so I can pretty much, I'm just voicing my opinion and letting you know the real deal. I'm not going to lie. I don't pull any punches. I usually tell you exactly how I feel about a lot of things. Some welcome it, some do not. Anyway, deflazacort and Emflaza, I was just informed that my son may be a candidate for Emflaza to improve cardiac and lung function, as well as maybe give him some much-needed strength. So Emflaza and deflazacort, those drugs are relatively newer. Deflazacort is newer than prednisone, and it's a much better drug. The deflazacort, from what I've heard for families that I talk to. There's another drug out there called Spinraza. It's by Spinraza. It's a drug for SMA, and a lot of my friends who have even younger kids, and a lot of my friends who are older with SMA, they've all been trying it, and they seem to be having some success. So all of your donations are working. You can, if you want to donate through the Light It Up Green campaign, you can do so. The Light Up Green for muscular dystrophy is not a 501(c), but the Muscular Dystrophy Association is. So what I have set up is an MDA My Way page, and it's on the website. It's Light It Up Green, the number 4, MD.com. You can go on there. There's a link on the right-hand side, and it takes you to the My Way page. Everything is secure. You go through the My Way page, it takes you to the MDA My Way, which is the Muscular Dystrophy Association, and that's how the donations get processed through there. And it goes directly to MDA, directly to the 501(c). I'm not collecting any of that. It's not for me. When I sell the t-shirts, I do donate a portion of the sales to MDA. So MDA is getting donations in a couple of different ways, through you and through me. Anyway, t-shirts are still available. You can contact me via Facebook, or you can contact me via my website, because there's an email portion where you can email me. You can also send me a message through Facebook, through the Light It Up Green for muscular dystrophy. You can just look it up. You can follow. If you go to the website, again, the website is lightitupgreen, the number 4md.com. And you can connect with us. You can follow Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all of that. So I'm just going to say peace out for now. Thank you for all your donations to the Light It Up Green campaign, through the Light It Up Green campaign, to MDA. We're able to raise in Palm Beach County over $45,000 this year, and I look forward to next year and seeing what we can get done. Anyway, visit the website. Follow me on Facebook. You got any suggestions, anything you need to hear from me, you need to talk to me, you just hit me up. All right? Peace out.